Chapter 45 Council Meeting Irava Toravan. I walk behind Toravan to the council chamber on the other side of the great hall. The palace is buzzing with anticipation, nobles lingering in the corridors. Those who aren't invited, or maybe won't fit into the council chamber, studying us as we pass for any clues as to what's going on. We already made a show earlier today. Now they know something even bigger is happening. Valter walks beside me, but most of the people, after seeing the king, look at me. And it's not just because I've formed a reputation as, maybe, the king's lover, but because I saved his life the day before in the garden. I was invited to eat at his table. I'm a weaver who unwound a vortex, and now I've twice been seen walking with the king. I see fear. I'm a guard. I'm protection. I'm Toravan's shield. And if the king needs his shield, that means he's in definite danger. Everyone in the palace knows there's danger. It's been the unwanted guest, the thing no one talks about, since I arrived. The angst behind every bright smile. But now, Toravan isn't trying to hide it anymore. And the fear on the faces around me heightens my own unease. My weaver senses are wide open as we walk, though the immensity of reality seething around me is painful to take in all at once. So I try to portion it up and sort the old realities from the new. The palace has been seeped in dread for months now. In a way, it shrouded itself in its own unreality, unwilling to acknowledge the depth of the rot at its core. But that's coming unraveled now. These people have known hatred and joy. There are notes of joy in these corridors, more recent notes, as the court has calmed a bit into its more usual flair. But it hasn't been a restful court, not with Toravan's temper or the rumors of him killing his father hanging over everything. Do people still believe those rumors? Of course they do. I might have seen another side of him. I might have seen the truth in his father's bedchamber, in his mother's, in the maelstrom of a storm, when he stood beside me giving everything he had to save his people. But that doesn't mean anyone else has seen what I have, or from the same angles, or wants to draw the same conclusions. Toravan has more enemies here than just his mother and Master Aldrich. Toravan slows outside the crowded entrance to the council chamber. "Make way for the king," the guards ahead of us shout, their armor and their sheathed swords clanking as they sweep a path through the crowd. The roar of voices dims as people turn, and Master Aldrich, resplendent in his best robes, staff in hand, strides over to us. His eyes flick to me, back to Toravan. He doesn't quite frown, but he does bow. He says in a voice low enough I don't think most people can hear, "Your Majesty, we haven't yet had the chance to talk, and I'm not sure it's best that he," Master Aldrich juts his chin at me, "should be present at this meeting." Toravan doesn't draw himself up, but he becomes bigger, taking up more air, taking up more of the space around him. I see it with my weaver's senses, reality subtly shifting as his presence gains more weight and Master Aldrich's gains less. It's not a conscious weaving. I don't see any specific threads being woven, but it's real all the same. The dynamics of a king at court. Master Aldrich braces himself, or at least, I see the potential of him bracing himself against Toravon's will, and for a moment, an incandescent moment, I burn inside. The Master Mage is well aware of the strength of Toravon's willpower. He's reacting to it now. Toravon's will surrounds him and spreads outward. Not a weaving, not a construct, but an anchoring of himself, as the center this moment will move around. Mage candidate Aileen is here at my request, Toravon says. There's a murmur, more pointing at me, as the people nearest us hear the conversation and spread it. I stay as calm as I can manage, hands at my sides, mouth tight. With my senses wide open, I'm ready at a breath to try to stop anything Master Aldrich might throw at the king, though I don't think he will attempt anything here. Not with everyone watching. I'm not in my best clothes. I don't have best clothes as Caleb. But my hair is neat enough. I checked it in a mirror in Toravon's study before we came. I made sure my spectacles were clean and on straight. I know I'm not much in my own presence, not next to Toravon. But I don't intend to wither under the scrutiny of the crowd. Beside me, Valterre shifts just enough to draw my attention. He gives me a nod, man to man, protector to protector. Your Majesty, Master Aldrich goes on, I am only concerned that he... My arms prickle with a cold sweat. I hear the emphasis again there, what Master Aldrich is threatening to reveal. And gods, no, he can't do that here, not now. This court can't know that I'm also a woman. But Toravon hears the emphasis too, and he's not backing down. I watch as his shoulders stiffen and his mouth draws down. He is with me. Now please, Master Aldrich, I wish to start this meeting. Master Aldrich hesitates a moment, gives me a hard glare, as if daring me to... What is he planning here? What does he not want me to stop? Because I think that's what this is now. He doesn't want me in that room. I move closer to Toravon as we enter the council chamber, and stay right by his side as he approaches the lectern. He stops, glances over at me, gives a small, strained smile. He says in a low voice, "You will need to step back a pace, Caleb. Only one of us can address the crowd." I flush and nod. I feel the burning scrutiny of those around us as I take 2 steps back to settle beside Valterre, the king's guards on either side of us. Valterre gives me another nod. Okay, we're okay. And now we watch. Everything echoes in the council chamber, with a high domed ceiling covered in historic murals overhead. Windows line the base of the domed ceiling, though it's evening now and dark outside. A double circle of tables and chairs rings the center of the room, with places for around 40 different nobles. Behind the tables are more wooden chairs, with other palace dignitaries, merchants, court mages and mage candidates, and Dowager Zinara and her entourage setting up their own court near the back of the room opposite Toravon. Her eyes are boring straight into me, so I quickly look away. Fold my hands in front of me to have something to hold on to, and keep watching everything as much as I can. I spot Nikolai with the rest of the mage candidates filing in, and he's also glaring at me. Furious. Maybe that I'm the mage who's with the king, not him? And Master Aldrich settles himself at the end of a row of court mages, in a seat that was obviously saved for him. He too is watching me, his face grim. Toravan looks around at the gathered nobility, back at the door, and waits a few moments more as people hurry in to take their places. Then he raises both hands. The crowd is as large as I'd expected, and I'm trying, the way Caleb showed me, to see anything amiss in the crowd with Weaver's senses, but I don't have the concentration. Everything in me is coiled around what I'm about to do. The voices around me quiet, and then it's up to me. I called this meeting. It's up to me to lead it. Honored nobles, advisors, and mages, I begin, as my father always had, every time I watched him open a council meeting. I've called you today to discuss the future of our kingdom, a future shaped not just by those in power, but those who have not been given a voice in our kingdom. The murmurs start immediately. Some know about what my father planned to do 4 months ago. All have heard rumors, I'm sure. And I know I've been at the center of a few rumors as someone who didn't want this to happen and took action to make it not happen.